Hi there. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you're watching this from. This is Old Sports. My name is Babajide Guerrero, and today on the show we'll be talking about some of the things that trended in the world of sports. And of course, I'm never alone in the studio, and today we asking him to come back after. Yeah, we must say to you, anyways. Last time we had Eino was Baba Floyd is the father. And now we have a newly married gentleman in our midst, Mr. The Mr. in your name now carries power. Yeah. Mr. Israel Bankole. How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm fine. Good morning, esteemed viewers.
Absolutely. It's good to see you again. Man, see, your face is now swollen. So much meat, so much beef.
Yes.
That's what marriage does to you.
It's good to be married.
It's good to be married. Okay. All right, then this man is not married, but of course, is married to sports for now. We like the fact that marriage brings him here sometimes. Olawale Ibitoye, how are you, man?
Wonderful, sir. I'm doing very well. It's good to be back here. Good day, viewers, wherever you're watching. It's good to be back here.
So let's just go right into it, gentlemen. Let's start with Victor Osimhen. Are you impressed? So I'll come to you while later, but let me just have your thoughts, Israel. Are you impressed by this gentleman as brief as possible?
Yes, very, very impressed. Immediately he got to France, keep the ground rolling. 2 goals in the first game. And the last game against Saint-Etienne, he's got 2 goals again, 4 goals in three games. So definitely you must give it to this young man. He's a young lad, moving from another league. He doesn't even need time to settle down. Immediately got to the French League One, started scoring. I think good one for Osimhen, good one for his morale. He's playing in the Champions League. Who knows? I think this one will expose him again. Building his confidence into the team, I think is a nice one for Osimhen. Despite the fact that he has this veteran striker in that team, which is Loic Remy. Despite Loic Remy in the team, the guy is still playing and he's getting the goals. The last match he came as a sub and he got 2 goals. I think good one for Osimhen.
Remember that Victor Osimhen has scored 4 goals already, and in that game he actually came on for Loic Remy. So we are cheering him to go on and probably just be, the top scorer right there. Let's talk about Champions League now, because you already mentioned Champions League. Yeah. We saw the group during the course of this week, and there are already some. You and I were talking about some group of death, some difficult groups, some people getting fair groups, but you must say Group H. That got Leo, Metropole, that got Valencia, that got Ajax, semi-finalist Ajax, as well as Chelsea. Is that the group to look out for?
Yes, I believe it's the group to look out for. The kind of free-flowing football Ajax play. I believe they will at least come up either first or second in the group, and also Lille coming into this Champions League group stage in a group that has Chelsea, that has Ajax. I think they would give them a run for their money, and I'm sure this would be a very good group to watch.
Any other group caught your eye, Israel Bankole?
I think I'll take the group A, when you have Real Madrid and PSG. So the battle for the Titans, because these are the big boys of the European game. I want to see if Neymar will stay in PSG. Hopefully stays in PSG, but his legs already out of the team. And again, Real Madrid with Zidane coming back again after winning the Champions League 3 times in a row. So we want to see what he has to prove this time around. And during the preseason, they lost almost all their games. And this time around, playing the Champions League, which they know them for Champions League, they don't win the Champions League. But right now, Zidane coming back into this team. Let's see what he has. If he has the key to this Real Madrid team, hopefully, let's see what they can do with the likes of PSG. I think it will be a nice test. But sorry for the likes of for Club Brugge in that team, in that group. They will just be the open boys of that team. These are the big boys, and let them play. Let's see what's up the group.
Step forward, VVD, Virgil van Dijk. Congratulations! Of course, during the course of the week, he was crowned the UEFA, the best player in Europe, but of course, best defender as well. But I think the biggest one is that he won it ahead of Lionel Messi. And the good thing is that both of you don't see eyeball to eyeball on this issue. First off, Ibitoye, you feel that is well deserved. In fact, you tweeted some couple of minutes ago.
Yes, I did, and I feel he actually deserved it. He also won the best defender of the season. I think he's been phenomenal for Liverpool since coming into the team. He has actually solidified the Liverpool defense, and I think that's what's been missing in the past couple of years, and I think he's very deserved for him. Very deserved. He also won the PFA. He won the UEFA Champions League, the Super Cup. There's the Club World Cup coming up again in December. He will definitely nick that too. So it's a well-deserved award for him.
I'm hoping he doesn't nick that. I'm sorry, because he can't just be coming and be winning everything. Israel, you don't think he deserves it?
Yes. I would have.
Who was your take, Ronaldo?
Yes, Ronaldo. Ronaldo, leaving Real Madrid, going to the Italian Serie A, and winning the league there first, winning the league, scored a couple of goals, and winning the UEFA Nations League. I think that's the first time they hosted the tournament and he won it. I think UEFA should have take a look at Ronaldo at his age. Look at what he did for his club and for his country, Portugal. He won the league for his first club, and he won the UEFA Nations League for his country. See why the guy won it.
Just to add to that, Virgil van Dijk is the first defender to actually win the award, and he's also the first defender the first player from the EPL to actually win the UEFA Best Player award. So I think it's good for a change.
Liverpool fans will be on top of the world right now, and they're very proud fans. They have a couple of them are friends. That's why I don't want them to win. You can call me a bad belly, but hey, when you see something good, you should actually acknowledge. Moving on now, something good has been happening in Africa, in the sports scene for the past couple of weeks. It's the 12th edition of the African Games. It's right there in Rabat in Morocco, and it's good to see that Team Nigeria is flying and hoisting the flag quite well. The most important part of that particular tournament, or should I say sports phase, will be discussed at the argument session this beautiful day on Old Sports. So please, I'm sure you want to be part of it. Do well to whip out your phones and text us. Let us know what exactly is on your mind. The number is on your screen to text, and please do not call us. We want you to text us. As well, you can also go to our social media platform. I want to be like a Ronaldo right now. It goes down there, and then that's where it is. That's where our social media platform lies. YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at AllSportNG across board. Go to the comment section. Let us know what's on your mind. During the course of the African Games, recently we saw one of the greatest athletes ever to ever come out of this country, Blessing Ohagbare. She was there already just to get to that particular bullet of 100 meters. Unfortunately, she had a false start. She was disqualified. So what we're asking this morning is, should IAAF review the false start rule? Should it be reviewed, or should we just be maintained or let it continue to be the way it is?
I think the rules should be reviewed because it's too harsh on the sprinters. IAAF should take a rethink and review their new rules.
Basically, I feel rules are rules for a reason. They are meant to actually guide a certain sport or a certain whatever setting it is. That's why rules are created in the first place. So I believe the rules should actually not be changed.
Right, rules not to be changed, rules should be changed. The gentlemen have already laid down their thoughts. What are your thoughts? We're looking forward to having you share them with us on our YouTube pages and, of course, YouTube page and our social media platforms. We'll go for a quick break. When we return, it is time to dig in. And we are back. Gentlemen, Lawali, I want you to start.
Basically, in 2011, Usain Bolt also got disqualified for a false start, and that brought about concerns for the IAAF. They wanted to actually review the rules then. But basically, the chairman of London 2012, Lord Cole, he actually dismissed that kind of idea because rules are actually there for a reason. No matter who it affects, it affected Usain Bolt. Well, it doesn't mean the rules will be changed. So even the vice president of IAAF also backed Lord Cole on that decision that the rules should not be changed. So why should the rules be changed? Because it
it's Blessing Ohagbare.
No, not because of Blessing Ohagbare, Lawali. An athlete will prepare for his sport for 4 years, going to Olympic, and the athlete to get into the race and they get a false start, and that's all. And the athlete have to go back for another 4 years, wait for 4 years to participate in Olympic. Now let's go into the Olympic in Rio 2016. There's an athlete. His name is Belosian. Belosian came. He was 21. Came to Rio 2016, and he had a false start, and that was the end for the young boy. But that was the end. The guy had to come back in it after 4 years.
In 2009, do you know in 2009?
Just a mistake. Why can't IAAF go back to their rules and review this thing?
In 2009. Okay. 2009. Usain Bolt, when the rule was about to get enacted, Usain Bolt also came out to say, he told the reporter that he actually supports the rules since it's there to actually guide.
Definitely, yes.
So, rules are actually there. Whether it favors you
Okay,
now or it doesn't favor you.
okay. Before now, the rules was, now when you get the false starts, first they have to take it again, and whoever get the false starts, then go out. I think that's a bit better. But this time around, now you know these guys are tense.
We don't have to
now look at
it affects us.
not because it affects us.
Okay.
You still have 2 chances now to take it. The first 4 starts at the end. It's a sudden death. Anybody that get the first start out of the race. But this time around, with the tension, with the pressure and everything, and an athlete will start from the beginning to the final and get the first start, and that's the end.
You know,
and look at Okagbare from that race.
Statistics shows that athletes have been used to this particular rule. Now, if you compare the statistics of athletes that have been affected by this rule, compared to those that have not been affected, it's actually slim.
How can you prepare for a race for 4 years and get the first start in the race, and that's all? You have to come back after 4 years again.
Well, life is not fair.
just imagine 4 years.
You just make that. Life itself is not fair.
Yeah.
Now, we can't make a rule to actually favor. You said that before.
We are not favoring this. We are not favoring these guys. We are just trying to help them.
But
Just a second chance won't kill anybody. A second chance won't change anything.
The rule, do you know that the rule was actually enacted to actually prevent slow runners. It keeps slow runners from intentionally jumping the gun.
Yes.
So this rule serves a purpose. So why do we want to review it? Because it actually affects a certain sector of people.
Okay, since 2010, the IAAF has gone under fire because of these rules. First, it happened to Usain Bolt in 2011.
Yes,
That was 2010. It happened to Usain Bolt 2011, and the same tournament, won at the championship. They're starting Christine Orugu. That's she participated for Great Britain. And also Chambers. And you see, a lot of them from that 2010 2011, we had a lot of cases. Apart from Okagbare, I will not defend Okagbare.
Okay.
But looking at that, Okagbare, she has been doing well from the heat to the semi-final, and she had the first start.
What's your take about runners actually intentionally jumping the gun to kill the pace of the race? That actually negates what athletics is all about.
First, a first start. After the first start, you have a second chance to prove yourself.
I mean, that's what you
The
say.
rules were reviewed.
That's what you say.
That's basically what I said. So if there's a certain rules now that says if you have a false start, you are disqualified. Everyone is prepared for that. You know, there's no argument about it.
It's too harsh on
Whether
these
it's
guys.
harsh or not,
It's too harsh on these guys.
Gentlemen, this back and forth is actually quite good, especially the fact that I'm seeing a very emotional, Israel Bankole here. He's actually making a claim for, a lot of athletes across the world that the rule is actually too harsh. But what do you think? Your thought is also, quite needed. Here's my final whistle. In the place where there are no rules, the level of competition will be erratic. It could be also quite funny. While I understand the angle of Israel Bankole here, who feels that, these athletes will train for 4 years and only for them to just get to the biggest stages of their careers, only for it to be ruined by a rule. But meanwhile, the idea of you preparing is to also consider the rules that govern that particular tournament or that particular league that you want to run in. And that's, for me, is the ideal thing to do. Understanding rules is part of the game. Understanding what is requested of you is part of the game. 0.01 seconds is the reaction of the human brain to anything. And that's why they ask that if at all you move your body before 0.10 seconds, that's a false start right there. And if you can put it all together, what you see is that the cases of false starters has reduced in a way. And this is the first time we're hearing it in a while, since Usain Bolt, or rather from a prominent athlete. So, hey, but what do I know? You guys are the one that owns the aces when it comes to things like this. How about you hit us up on our social media platforms? We are live at www.hotsporttv.com and at HotsportNG across all social media platforms. Gentlemen, we're done. Our job here is done. Wale Bitoye, thank you so much. Any wedding today for you? You look all dapper like a groom.
No, not at all. It's just all Premier League games.
Absolutely.
And, also the La Liga games.
We're looking forward. But of course, this man knows so much about being a groom. Yeah, so congratulations again, and it's good to see you again, man.
Yeah, thank you very much.
We hope Madam will release you to us once in a while.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
definitely,
all right then. My name is Babajide Guerrero, and I will see you again next week, Saturday. Till then, take care of yourself and look after each other. Bye for now.